Hey everybody, Metal Knight here, and with me is
Clicks.
Clix is a high ELO player. If you look at Season 2 ladders on North America, Clix is ranked 875. He has 379 wins, 328 losses in ranked, rating 2063, and he has played over... How many games have you played? 1,251. That's a lot of games, man.
Yeah.
And I am ranked 109,000. Oh god, so terrible. And my rating is 1364. So yeah, what we are going to try to start doing is a series where I try to get to higher ELO. Hopefully, let's try to get to gold, maybe even platinum. We'll see how it goes. Currently, as you could see, I'm bronze. 1,364 yellow. And Clix is going to be the coach or mentor or whatever you want to call it. Teacher, sure. To help us out and make us learn about CSing, every lane, and other things like that. So, Clix, why don't you tell us about yourself?
I'm Alex, 15 years old, and I started playing League about a little bit less than a year ago, maybe 10 months ago. And I got into it because of friends, and ever since then I've just been playing. You know, that's pretty much it.
So how are you so good at League so fast, honestly?
Honestly, I was really lucky that I was exposed to a lot of good players, like you may know, like Clay Kitty or Noob. I know both of them in person, and I watch them play a lot, and they both give me tips and tricks, so I was pretty lucky, and I didn't really watch streams, I just played and just did what they told me to do, and I eventually got better, so yeah.
Wow, that's actually rare, because a lot of people watch streams like daily, they try their hardest, and still they can't go up in ELO.
I'm just really lucky I was exposed to pro players, so yeah.
Yeah. So we're basically gonna watch one game that Clix is gonna be playing, and then that's probably gonna be the end of the first episode. And tell me what you guys think of the series and things like that. What else? What else? So who's your favorite champion?
My favorite champion would probably have to be, it was Lee Sin, but with Riot's stupid patch, his jump is broken, and it's actually very game breaking, where to the point where you can catch an 80 carry, you can Q, you can flash over a wall, and you can Q over to secure the kill, but you'll freeze right before you get to him, and he can turn around and rape you for like 4 seconds, so it's game breaking.
Yeah.
So as of now, Irelia.
Irelia is also a very strong top.
Yeah.
Clix also plays every role except support, so that's really awesome. So yeah. I'm gonna cut it right here since queue time's taking too long. Alright, so we are back, and we're gonna watch Clix play as Kennen, so he could show us some of his skills, so you guys don't think he's a complete noob. Yeah. So Clix, what do you feel like most people do wrong at the 1100, 1200 to 1400 ELO?
They rage too much, definitely. Like, if you want to do good, you need to keep like a calm mind.
I agree. What is there anything else that you feel like really causes problems?
Mainly people not realizing their mistakes, what they did wrong. Most people always believe like they're the best on the team and it's always someone else's fault. But you need to realize that, you know, sometimes everyone makes mistakes, so regardless of whose fault it was, you need to recognize it.
Yeah.
I don't mean by like, you know, bag on your teammates, but like if you make a mistake, don't like pin it on someone else. Recognize that it was you and fix it. Don't blame it on someone else.
Yeah. That makes sense. you also told me about how people say that the game's over way too quickly in this game. Do you
Yeah,
want to keep?
generally what happens is like one kill is given out and people are like, GG, it's over. But what people don't realize is actually a couple games back we took both Nexus Towers at 30 minutes. The game went to 50 minutes and we lost. So you never know what can happen. Like one of them might DC, which is probably not gonna happen. But your best bet is to just why surrender when you don't even know the outcome.
Yeah, you're right. Anything could happen in League, honestly. You could have a good team fight, and that could change everything.
It doesn't matter how fed someone is. You know, if you get caught at level 18, full you die, game's over.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're support or anything. If they push, it doesn't matter how fed they were. It's not gonna stop the enemy team from pushing. So you never know.
Yeah, I agree with you. So you said before that you play every role except support. What are some key principles that you think we should talk about?
Well, generally for all roles, you want to have basically in every role but support, you need to know if you can trade. For example, I'm playing against Ezreal right now, and he's sustained DPS, and I'm just burst. And even though I burst him a lot with a QW combo, I can't kill him 1v1 right now because I can't lock him down enough to do my full combo. So
Yeah.
at level 6 I can take him, no problem. But right now I have to just play passive, farm, and just wait till I hurt 6, and then I can just flash ulti and just probably kill him in one combo, including Ignite. So
Yeah,
split patient.
so always analyze your lane versus their lane and see which lane is better.
Yeah.
Which champions are better. Yeah, that makes sense. What, Oh, you're getting ganked.
Yep.
What do you believe about warding? How much should a team ward?
A lot.
Is that all you're gonna say? A lot.
Wars win games. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard that a lot.
Yeah.
Probably sick of it, but it does win games, and they're extremely important. One ward could tell you where someone is on the map.
Yeah, it could change an entire team fight. Just by knowing where they are.
Yeah. It can show you oh, their AD carry is taking red right now. I can go catch him out of position. So
Yeah, makes sense.
should I build?
So, when you go back, if you don't have enough money to buy, when do you go back is my question.
Either I'm very stubborn when I lane, so either when I back or when I have enough for a big item, but I usually don't back that much, pretty rarely. It's either I want to outfarm, I farm a lot. If you notice, when I play ranked, I farm all day. Not AFK farm, but I prioritize CS because if you think about it, if you're always trying to harass, you're gonna be missing out on at least 2 to 3 CS a wave, which doesn't sound that that much, but that's 80 gold and it adds up. If you're missing 80 gold per wave, then
How many waves are there? There's 10 waves per 10 minutes. Is it that?
I think it's 2 waves every 30 seconds.
Okay.
But
So yeah, that adds up really fast.
yeah, something like that. I don't do the whole all the numbers and stuff, but
Yeah.
just general kind of thought.
CSing is very important, as many people know.
Yeah, a lot of people don't do it enough. They just want to kill and they miss out on too many waves. I've lost bot early where they get first blood and then we're down, but I just outfarm them and then later I'll win because they didn't prioritize CS and then they get too far down and they just lose.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem is that people don't understand that getting kills is awesome, but forcing them out of lane is just as important. like if you could force the enemy out of lane and not lose too much CS yourself, you have a small advantage now,
Yeah.
and you could keep making that advantage bigger by doing it over and over again, even if you don't get a kill. Kills do help though.
God, this Nocturne's camping my lane like a hoe. Jesus. This guy won't leave.
Oh, there you go. You just jumped on him quickly and got that nice kill.
Yep. Level 6, he can't beat me, so I know even though he can ignite me, do whatever he wants, he can't kill me. I know I
Yeah.
can burst him down, so it's pretty much. You always want to know if you can secure the kill or not. Don't like flash in hoping you'll crit. Always know if you can secure the kill, and don't let your jungler waste time in your bush if you don't know if you can't secure it. Like if you're just tell your jungler to back since you can't secure the kill.
Yeah.
Makes any sense at all.
Yeah, a lot of people will still even go for it even when they don't have mana or they don't have health, and that's what makes you lose.
Yeah, you can get first blood as a jungler, and you can fall so far behind jungle because you just constantly try to gank, which is not like don't ever make that mistake when you play jungler. It happens all the time, even at 2k elo. So
Yeah, not to overcamp a lane.
yeah, don't ever overcamp. If you can secure a kill, like for example, like this Pantheon probably knows that every time my ulti's up, we're not gonna miss a kill on Ezreal because he can be locked down for so long. It's like we can secure the kill every single time. But if he ganks mid, this Ahri has dash, so it's not worth it if Pantheon jumps on her or something.
Makes
He can
sense.
come out and stun and try to make her pop ulti, and then pop up in another lane, make Ahri like feel safe again, and then just jump on her. But he doesn't want to like camp in there because he doesn't know if Cassidy can secure.
Yeah. How much camping is over camping on a lane?
More than a minute in a lane. If you're just sitting in the bush for more than a minute, it's way too much.
So anything under a minute is fine?
Yeah, but if you're coming from their lane bush and you're sitting there for a minute, it's alright, but generally you don't want to stay that long.
Yeah, alright. So let's talk about the game for a second, since you realize that this lane is very weird. They have an AD and support bottom, an AP mid, and then an AD Ezreal top.
Yeah.
That got a Tear of the Goddess. Is it some sort of strategy that I do not know of?
I think he's going farm Ezreal. That's really the only time you'll ever see Tear Goddess Ezreal, is when the Ezreal just wants to sit there and farm and do nothing else pretty much. So I'm assuming this Ezreal just wants to sit here and farm because he's not really trying to like go aggressive on me. Even though he probably knows that he can't kill me anymore. If he wanted to get ahead, it would have to been like before I hit 6, but if he gets a little too close, then I can just blow him up. So he's playing pretty safe. He's doing pretty good CS.
So it's just like it's just a farm. It's not really a kill lane, right?
No.
All right, that makes sense. I haven't seen many Ezreal tops, honestly.
Ezreal top is not very reliable, to be honest with you, unless you're really good at him. Like if you know what you're doing. Like I play Vayne a lot, and sometimes I go Vayne top and I do pretty well, but it's only because I've just played Vayne like so many times that everything clicks in my head when I play her.
That's one thing people don't do a lot. They don't play who they're the best at.
Yeah. Try to like when you play, try to like just play one character, get really good at them. Practice, learn all the mechanics, what you can do, what you can't do in your matchups, and you'll do pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, we were talking about before how in the regular like 1100 to 1400 ELO, people like Kassadin, Morgana, Lee Sin, who else? Kassadin, Morgana, Lee Sin, Shaco are always banned. What do you think about that?
I think the Shaco ban is alright because Shaco does get pretty annoying. His early ganks with red buff are insane. You can hit level 3 when AP mid's still level 1, so it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
I think the Shen ban is reasonable because he can like shield, like you can go kill lane bot and completely counter with his shield, so that's a reasonable ban. I don't know about Morgana and Kassadin though. Morgana can be shut down if like you CC her before she can Zonias,
Mhm.
then like for example, Lee Sin, like once the spell shield's broken, he can just kick her out, and then she
Yeah.
can't Zonias in midair, so that's one counter. And casting it is not that hard to shut down in lane. Like a very very good Serath can beat a very very good casting it, like pretty easily. So casting is not always countered. It just depends
Yeah.
on how you play.
I think the biggest problem that people have in this ELO is that they don't know how to properly counter those lanes
Yeah.
because of because of because they still go AP mid. That's the problem. They don't try to counter that Morgana pick or that Cassidy pick. They still pick their AP that they like, and then that champion just rolls on them, and
Yeah, I get what you mean.
yeah. And that's why that champion's also banned a lot. I don't know why people ban Lee Sin so much, honestly, though.
Lee Sin's not too hard to beat. I'd like to say strong because I made him, but he is pretty easy to shut down if you know what you're doing. Basically, just try to trade with them pre-sex because at level 6 he does so much burst with QR combo, so he can almost burst probably like an 800, not 800, what am I saying, 80 armor, 80 top from
hmm
500 to 0 instantly.
Normally, Lee Sin isn't going top, he's going in the jungle at this heal, though.
In the jungle, Lee Sin's not that strong, honestly. His ganks are good, but pre-6, it's very hard to secure kills because he's very, very strong at blowing flashes, though. It's very, very strong.
Yeah.
But at anything other than that, it's just not very good. It's in my opinion. People argue with that, though. I know there's a lot of strong Lee Sin junglers out there, like Clay PD, but in my opinion, it's not that good.
Makes sense. So who are must bans at your ELO?
Um, Nautilus is banned, so like you never see Nautilus at my elo because it's just banned so much.
Mm-hmm.
Shen is banned also just because he's stupid. Sometimes you see Blitzcrank banned because of a lot of good Blitzcranks like Zero Blast or Double Lift. I know Double Lift plays Blitzcrank sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And Janna is banned sometimes because of her utility, movement speed. She can tornado, knock up,
Yeah.
knock back, shield you, slow.
Janna has crazy amounts of utility, honestly.
Yeah. She's the best support in the game, in my opinion.
I play Janna a lot, and I like to think of her as the best support in the game. But always it's situational.
Yeah, Janna's very strong though. You can almost never go wrong with Janna unless you
Yeah.
counter pick your own. Like, if you put a Katarina and a Janna on the same team, it usually doesn't go too well.
Yeah.
Unless they're duo Q, then it's alright. But
Yeah,
for
if
the
they're
most
if
part,
they're just randoms.
yeah, it doesn't really go too well.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what are weird picks in this ELO? I don't think Yorick is picked a lot in your ELO, am I right?
Weird picks or bad picks?
Bad picks, weird picks, bad picks. Because
Um,
there's a lot of differences in ELO. Like for one, I noticed that I don't see Yorick at all.
York's a very strong pick, but the problem is that he requires so much farm to get strong.
Yeah.
He pushes lane partner, not lane partner. He can push his opponent out of lane like really, really, really like efficiently. Like he has no problem with like fighting someone 1v1, especially at early levels. He's so strong early.
Yeah.
But it's just that if you can shut him down with Renekton or someone who does massive burst like
Mhm.
6, then he just destroys.
Yeah. Usually in the lower 1400 ELO, if you pick Yorick, you're almost guaranteed to win no matter what the enemy picks, because they don't know how to stop him.
Don't know how to counter him.
Is there somebody that causes huge amounts of trouble in high ELO?
Like a player or a champion?
Champion. Like,
Nautilus.
why?
Nautilus is just his ganks are so good, and he can secure. He has a built-in snare and a slow. So, and he has a grab. He's basically like Blitzcrank on steroids. Yeah. He's banned a lot.
Makes sense. So the game's going pretty good. Your team's winning 9-6. It's still pretty close.
Yeah, I guess.
And what we were talking about before, look, it's a three kill difference, but there's only 600 gold difference. 600 gold is nothing, honestly.
It's like one Doran's blade and a couple wards.
Not even, since it's over 6 players. It's
Yeah,
100. It's like 100 gold each. And that even went down right now. It's a 100 gold difference, even though there's there's nearly a no gold difference, and it's only 3 kill difference. So that's something that people honestly need to understand, that even though it's a 3 kill difference, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Honestly, it's like the reason people lose after like 1 or 2 kills is like given away is because they're just negative about it. They're like, wow, mid died, we lost, and then they AFK. I don't understand that.
They're demoralized more than
Pretty
anything.
much.
I just saw you die near top turret.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that. Why did you stay that long?
Honestly, I thought I could take Nocturne also with Ezreal, because I know I can 3-shot Ezreal with the combo.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought, oh, I could kill Ezreal and get away fine. But actually, Nocturne was really tanky, a lot more tankier than I thought. So yeah, kind of got owned. Like I didn't expect it to be that beefy. Is what I mean.
Yeah. All right. That makes sense. This game's very close.
Yeah.
And even though they're behind in kills by 1, they're still ahead in gold. It's probably because they're getting many dragons. I had to pause it. God damn it. So yeah, do you see people do you see people not do something that you feel like they should do a lot more?
I think playing aggressive when you have lead is like the biggest. I know a lot of people who like they get a massive lead and then they just don't play aggressive. They don't do anything with it. They just want to farm. Like they have the mindset like I want to build my lead bigger, so I'm gonna farm. But you can help your whole team if you pretty much just you push your like whoever your lane gets out, then you can shut down their damage pretty much, and just do a lot of things in general, really.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So do you think that you're a much better player than 2K Yellow, or?
That's arguable. I'm not, honestly, my elo cap would probably have to be 2200 as of now. Although I'm not even 2100, I dropped out of it. The biggest problem at 2K is game throwing. A lot of people throw games because they just feel like they have the lead, and then they just do something stupid, get caught, and they just lose. That simple.
Makes sense.
It's actually quite sad. You would think that,
that you wouldn't start throwing games at that ELO anymore. Yeah. It's overconfidence more than anything.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that.
So what ELO specifically do you think is the hardest one to get out of? Do you think that the what people call ELO hell at around 1200 is the hardest, or where specifically?
I don't think 1200 is like really that hard to get out of, honestly. But I think definitely there's a lot of players who just the reason people see 1200 as extremely hard is they get players who are like they think okay we lost because mid just died once. That's
Mhm.
the biggest problem at 2K. I'm not 2K, excuse me, Elo Hell.
Mhm.
It's just people think like okay,
It's just
you
the
know, yeah, they're
negativity there.
just so like negative about it that they're like okay we lost, just surrender, and then they do stupid shit like they don't care, they just want to feed, and then
Yeah, that makes sense.
as soon as you get a positive attitude, I guarantee you'll start winning.
Yeah. So what is the hardest place to get out of?
Um, 2K to 2100 to be honest with you. I've been in pretty much every elo range except for below 1200,
Mhm.
and probably my most difficult one was getting out of right now, just getting back to 2100 because you're at a point where like your team is bad, or you know their team is pretty bad, but your team is worse. If that makes any sense. I'm not like calling out anyone specific, but it's just like some people are just not really sufficient for this elo. Like they don't know what they're doing really.
You think they got carried up to that ELO?
I don't know about carried. I just got like a lucky win streak, probably, maybe. That's what I would think it would be.
So they
Yeah,
got lucky.
but, shit, I guess. But, yeah, like, a lot of people just don't know what they're doing, like, at all. It's just really sad, actually.
That makes sense. So do you guys think you could still win this game? Or
Yeah, we can still win. We can win if everyone does their thing. We'll win this easily, no problem. But, I don't know. It's like my team just kind of has the mindset that we already lost, which is not a good mindset to have at all. I'm trying to give positive encouragement, but you know, some people are just very stubborn and they want to be how they want to be.
Mhm.
So yeah, you just have to accept it. You can't, you can't just change someone. So, if your teammate wants to, like yell, just, kind of have to accept that they're not going to stop yelling unless they win. So, what you can try to do is just tell them, like, yelling won't help. But most people don't listen.
Yeah. I get that. Just try to be the
Yeah.
positive one.
Yeah, don't be negative. It never gets you anywhere. Like, it's not even just games. Negativity anywhere won't get you anywhere.
So, knowing that like a huge portion of people are in the 1200 ELO range, how do you think they should get out of it other than not being angry and not raging at their team?
Just take like a short break from ranked. Get very, very, very good at a character. Just one specific character. Not someone who's like banned a lot, like like a Shen or something.
Yeah.
But just pick like what I did was I just played these in like in normal games, like
Mhm.
over and over. I learned everything like about that character and like the mechanics, what can he beat and what he can't beat, like his matchups, and you know I just played him in ranked and I felt comfortable with it. Every ranked almost pretty much felt like a normal game just because I knew what I was doing. But yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Um.
Wow, that's hungry.
Yeah, your entire team is doing sort of not great in general.
Yeah. I don't know. My team just like when I ulti, they don't really follow up, which makes me sad.
Yeah.
I'm just dying for free. Oh,
Yeah.
another thing is, if you know you're gonna die, do something before you die. Do some damage, even if it just means igniting something. Just don't like go out without doing anything. Even if you're a 5v1, like don't waste flash. Just turn around and like pop all your abilities and one you're gonna die.
Yeah, that's actually very good advice. You see a lot of people running when they, even though they know they're dead, they run, they flash, they burn everything, and then they still die.
I just got caught. Yeah.
Um, Also, I forgot to mention to anybody watching this, I'm uploading this no matter what, uh, even if Clicks wins or loses. It's more of so you guys could see his playstyle more than anything, and him as a person. And yeah, this is also live, so it's probably hurting his gameplay slightly because he has to concentrate on what I'm saying. Sorry about that.
Well, we lost anyways, so it's fine, I guess. Next game, I guess I'll just try to focus a little bit more. I don't know. Some games you just can't really do anything.
Yeah, I understand that. You could
yeah,
try
like-
your hardest, but you can't win it for your team.
Yeah, this game, like, I did everything I could as Ken and I would flash ulti, go onto a carry, but I would still lose.
I see you have the most CS in the game by 20, even though
Yeah.
you're 4 and 6. You're probably dealing the most damage too. Maybe other than this Graves. This Graves looks pretty big right now.
Yeah, your team, you like, as Kennen, it's kind of a gamble, because you rely so much on your team to follow up. What my team didn't do there was follow up. Like, if you think, just because, you know, you don't have AoE ulti doesn't mean you're not an AoE team. If you really think about it, my ulti combined with Kassadin's Force Pulse and Pantheon's ulti is like 2,500 damage right there instantly before they can even like retaliate if you do it correctly.
Yeah.
So that was kind of what we're basing it on. But with Kassadin, with you, I'm not bagging on him. I'm sure he's a good player, but maybe just had a bad game. Is he would jump in and then E and then get instantly silenced by Soraka and die. So I don't know.
Soraka.
Yeah.
Silenced by Soraka? What?
Yeah, silenced by Soraka.
Janna.
Oh, they have a.
They don't have a Soraka.
Oh, he got silenced by someone. I don't know who it was.
He probably got charmed by Ari.
All I saw was the little caution sign above his head. That's all I know.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
when CC goes down on someone.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it was probably Ari then. He got CC. He would run it though.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, what you had said is when you die, don't try not to blame your team if it's your fault.
Yeah, like right there. Honestly, the game was probably over. Not like you always want to keep a positive attitude, but since my team wouldn't really follow up, like the game was probably over to be honest. So don't really blame the teammates, but right there at the very end, I got caught by a charm. I honestly didn't really see it.
Yeah.
So I told my team like, okay, that was my fault. I got caught by a charm. Like it was a game breaking. Like it wasn't like we lost and they came back because of that. It was kind of that already, but just recognize your mistakes.
Yeah.
And I recognize, okay, I got caught by the charm. I'm the team's main CC, so that was kind of my fault.
Yeah, if you recognize your mistakes and you try to improve on them, you'll become a better player eventually.
Yeah. And then try not to play rank after 2 or more losses, but for the purpose of this series, I'm just going to keep going. Try to explain like how we play.
Yeah.
What players need to know is sometimes, even though you have a good score, and you're a good player, sometimes that team's just better, or they just know what they're doing more. But I knew, like, to be honest, I was almost better than that Ezreal. Oh, in terms of top lane, maybe not as player, but in terms of top lane, obviously, because of the matchup. And, it was pretty much already given that I was going to win, yet he won because his team knew what they were doing better than my team did. I'm not backing on the teammates at all. I'm sure they're good players, and they just maybe they had a bad game, but they just had a few mistakes here and there.
Yeah. I normally hear the saying that never stop somebody from playing a specific lane that they really want to play, because you don't know who they are. You don't know, they could be the next big player like Scara or Hotshot GG or whatever.
Um,
I hear that saying a lot.
do I agree with that statement? Probably not. Maybe. Yeah, you should probably give someone the role they want, and you know whatever they're comfortable with, because that's probably what their best role would be.
Hmm.
But sometimes the reason, like sometimes when they play a certain role, they just like they don't do anything. To be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I know a couple players who I'm not gonna say any names for the purpose of privacy, but I know a couple of players who like purposely call top and they just don't help the team because they don't want to. They just don't. There's no reason for it. They just don't want to. They just want to go top lane and farm, and then they don't do anything. And by the time they decide to like actually help, then like the game's lost.
Hmm.
Happens all the time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you should try to get top or mid, because those two are the most easy.
No, not necessarily. You want to try to give the roles to everyone that they want.
Mhm.
Like, if they're most comfortable with it, chances are that they're probably the best at it also.
Yeah.
But 80 bot is also extremely important. Top and mid don't win. Top doesn't win you games. Mid doesn't win you games. 80 bot wins you games. Like, that doesn't always apply because sometimes your AP mid gets so like ridiculously fed and they just snowball and carry, and same can go for top. But if it goes to like a regular game, 80 is gonna win you the game.
Mhm.
The constant GPS and like just the amount of damage output they have is like pretty insane late game if they build standard. If it's like a Teemo, then it's not really like insane. It's just DPS. But if it's like a Vayne, she can 3-shot the other 80 carry like no problem. So.
Alright. The game's over. You guys lost.
Sadly.
Yeah. Is there one thing that you wish you did different in that game?
um, Honestly, probably the only thing that I could have done differently is probably the last few minutes of the game. I got caught by the charm.
Mhm.
The game was probably over, but like I said, nothing's over until it's over. We
Yeah.
had a very good chance to probably still win, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was probably. I mean, I was pretty farmed and fed. I mean, I could have just caught like all 5 people on a lucky ulti, could have pushed in one, but
You
I
just
mean,
got unlucky.
Yeah, it was my fault that I got caught by the charm, and it's like you have to recognize it. Like I recognize I got caught by it, it's my fault. So
Yeah. Do you want to say any last words before we end this off?
no, I'm just looking forward to the rest of the series. Looking
Alright.
forward to helping you out.
Well, this has been an awesome first episode. I hope that everybody on the LoL Report YouTube channel has enjoyed it, and hopefully there will be a lot more to come. So, see you guys. Want to say bye?
Yeah, bye.
See ya.